Here's a machine you guys have never seen before that we've had for a very long time now. This is our Bissell Little Green portable deep cleaner, and the model number on this is 1720-1, 120 volts, 3 amps, and made in China. We've had this machine since it was brand new. We bought this originally for our cabin that we used to have, or vacation home, I guess you can call it. I don't know when exactly we bought this hat, where we got it from, and how much we paid for it. But I do know for sure that we did originally had a box for this, that this came with it when we used to have our cabin. And so not only we've had this at our first cabin we had, but ever since we sold the first one and we moved everything over to the other cabin that we also used to have as well, we brought this one with us as well. But sadly, we ended up getting rid of the box after we moved this over to the other cabin we had, which I wished we still had, but unfortunately it is what it is. So during the time we've owned this machine, I don't think I ever recall anyone using this before. I do know for sure that there were a couple times where I brought this machine out to play with. I also did remember plugging the machine in a couple times, turn it on to see what it sounded like, but I've never really seen anyone clean with this. Or even if they did, I probably was not around for it, but all I pretty much do remember the most with this is that I remember that I used to play with this a lot as a child. And so ever since we sold our last cabin, we brought this machine back home with us, and this was the only machine that we ever did got to keep out of all the other machines that we've had from both of our places. So since we brought this home, we had another Little Green that we've been using here in our house for many years, and we didn't know what we're going to do with either machine because we technically didn't need to have two Little Greens at our house. So when my aunt felt like she needed a machine, we just gave our other one to her and ended up keeping this one instead. And I'm actually glad we made that choice, because between this one and the other Little Green machine we had, this one is technically slightly more powerful than the other one, mainly because it's got a bigger motor inside of here, and also it's also got bigger amps as well. But just like the other machine, this one's also very loud as well, and that's one of the negatives that I have against this machine here. But other than that, from the time that we've owned this, we've had some issues with this machine, and I'll explain what that issue is. And this is actually pretty common with these Bissells, because my buddy from my old vacuum store I used to go to all the time said that these Bissells had the tendency of breaking tabs on both the dirty water tank and the clean water tank. So as you can see here, there's a tab right here that's supposed to hold on to that. And the common problem with these is that these have broke so many times that this was actually one of the reasons why these machines were discontinued for good. So, unfortunately, both this tank and this other one right here broke. Especially my uncle's Little Green that he had before, which I already did a video of it. If you scroll through my channel, it's actually on one of the first videos that I've ever made on my channel, and his machine also had the same problem as well. So not only the tabs on these broke a lot, but also the issue though, if you try to use these with the broken tabs on the tanks here, this machine not only is very loud, but also it has a tendency to vibrate a lot. And what happens is, not only it's quite unpleasant to use, not only because of the noise, but also due to the vibrating, the tanks would have a tendency to crack open a bit and not stay in place. So sometimes you get some water that comes out in here as well. And that's also not the only problem with this as well. Also, another problem with this, if you have broken tabs on the machine, the way that this machine works is once you suck up water through this hose, it actually blows into the water tank here. So not only it vibrates the tank side of here, but also because with a broken tab, it doesn't fully lock in there all the way. So when the machine is trying to blow water into the tank, it also would slightly blow the tank out as well. And also, because it is blowing into the tank, water would also have the tendency to come out and splash all over the place. So that's another issue with these that I am so glad Bissell decided to not fix the issue and redesign something else that would work a lot better than these. So, other than that, just like I mentioned earlier, this machine does technically work a little better than the other one we had before, which is actually technically soon to be mine again, because my aunt that we gave our other machine to, she just recently moved and she felt like she doesn't need to use the machine at her new place anymore. So just like her Hoover Concept 2, she's also planning on giving that machine to me as well. And sadly though, I don't think she has her Dirt Devil Ultra anymore. I'm pretty sure she got rid of that machine when she moved, which is a shame because I actually wanted to have that machine from her, but it is what it is. So, unlike my uncle's, which is the exact same machine as this one, I don't ever recall or ever remember this machine being advertised to come with a window cleaner, because I know on my uncle's it did, and it did came with that attachment, but I don't ever remember seeing the squeegee that came with this, or even the box saying that it came with one. So I'm pretty sure that was added later on, so I'm assuming that ours was a bit older than his. And even ours, well, since the time he got rid of his Little Green machine, Um, Ours is a little bit more rough shape with some scratches on here, some tape marks that we've been trying to cover these tanks on when we've been having trouble coming out all the time. And even some marks on the decals are coming off. So yeah, his was definitely in much better shape than ours ever since we've owned this since it was new. So yeah, speaking of which, so because the tanks would come out a lot, ideally you would need something to hold the tanks on together, either by using the strap around the machine or what we had been doing, as you can see from the marks on here, is that we've been trying to tape the machine up, which kind of worked, but it wasn't a perfect attempt. So other than that, despite the issues we've had with this machine, this is still overall a nostalgic looking machine to me. I mean, I still think it's a cool looking machine despite the issues that we've had with this. I love the green color, which green happens to be my most favorite color ever. Not only to myself personally, but also on a machine as well. And I've still had some fun memories playing with this machine. So yeah, despite my issues I've had with this, I'm still overall glad we had this machine. And it's also something that I'll never ever get rid of in my collection. Even though most of you guys are aware that I'm not really that too fond of Bissell nowadays. So anyways, what I like to do in this video, unlike the other one that I showed at my uncle's, I'm going to be doing a longer video of this, not only just talking about the story and all the issues about this machine we've had, but also I'm going to run the machine a lot longer, because I bet that's one of the reasons why I got so many dislikes on that video. Just because not only I didn't run the machine for very long, but also I never did got to demo using this machine, like cleaning up spots or stains on carpet here. And there's still a good reason to that. Not only because I don't like running the machine because it's very loud, but also I don't like having to waste my time having to pull something out, set the machine up to get stains or spots out of the carpet, and then afterwards take apart the machine, clean it out, let it dry for a bit, and then just put it away. And even since I was only at that place for a little bit, I really didn't have the time to do that, and also I didn't feel like I wanted to deal with doing all the maintenance on it. And also, his tank had some solution in it that I didn't really want to waste, because probably back then he would have used that for other purposes, but of course he doesn't own that machine anymore, so I probably could have it probably didn't hurt to do a quick demo picking up a stain with this, but well, it is what it is. So anyways, I'm not really going to fill this machine up to pick something out of the carpet, because this technically has since been retired in this home. Since we've been getting tired of these tanks coming out all the time. But not too long ago, on our upholstery tool here, we had a crack that we tried fixing up with epoxy, but because of that, and ever since I used this machine last time, I just didn't feel like I want to risk breaking anything else on this machine, because I wanted to still keep this machine for a very long time. It's been a childhood machine to me for as long as I can ever remember, and I just don't ever want this to get thrown out or break down anymore. So that's why we ended up buying something else like this one that we've been using now. Well, actually, this wasn't the machine that replaced the Bissell. We had another Hoover before we bought this one. It's called a Hoover Spotless. We've had that for a couple of years until my sister really needed a machine to clean up after replaced. So we gave that one to her and we ended up buying another one for ourselves. So this is what we've been using in our house now, and it's still, even though this is a much smaller machine, it is still a much better machine than this one or the other Little Green that we've had before this one as well. So anyways, so number one, I'm gonna run this for a bit longer, but also I'll go ahead and take the hose out, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to suck up some water off of the sink here, because I wanted to demonstrate how the motor tone changes when this thing sucks up water, because that's one of the things that I liked about this machine, because I like hearing the motor tone that changes when you suck up water with this. It kind of feels like it, or it kind of hears like that the machine's malfunctioning, but technically it isn't. It's normal for a machine to have, for that to have. So anyways, I like to show that on camera. And then also, if we get lucky here, I'll see if I can try to capture on camera the water that would leak out of here that I've been telling you about. But if not, that's okay. But at least you'll definitely get a better chance of seeing this turn on for much longer this time. But unfortunately, as I said before, I'm not going to fill up solution inside of here. That's still just extra work. Because this machine is retired, I don't want to put much more stress on this or break another thing on this. But I will go ahead and say though, it does spray decently and it does do a decent job picking up, but just like I've been saying about this machine before, this machine is so much better and would even pick up way much better than this machine has. And maybe just to kind of demonstrate how powerful the suction is, I'll even go ahead and demo that as well, just by showing you from my hand how powerful the suction is and also how powerful it can suck up in the sink. So other than that, we'll get this plugged in and turn it on here. I'll go ahead and pause this here. Okay, so we got that plugged in. Now, let's go ahead and turn it on here. It didn't feel like I was trying to grab it, but I was just trying to demonstrate by how powerful the suction and airflow is on this, which is not too bad. Again, much better than our other one we had before, but that machine still does better. So anyways, I'll go ahead and put this upholstery tool on, and we'll go ahead and suck up some water with this. So that's what I had been telling you about before. So again, we had to put something to cover around that. Um, so I used to put tape on there. Again, it kind of worked, but it's not the perfect way. But yeah, just overall, I'm glad Bissell decided to discontinue these machines for good. Anyways, I'll even go ahead and take the dirty water tank out for you and show you what I picked up. Yeah, I mean, I never expected to pick up anything dirty on this, so anyways. And this right here, this is basically a filter that would catch anything that would blow from in there. It would come off right there. That would go into the motor. So anyways, so yeah, again, it overall still did a decent job for us. I mean, I wish we could have took care of this machine a lot better, because probably by this day we could have still been using this machine. But again, ever since we cracked that and used this machine last time, I just felt like I didn't want to risk anything breaking on this. So anyways, that's pretty much about that. And one thing I did kind of forgot to show on camera, yeah, as you can see here, it does come with a brush that does decently scrubbing, but I don't think I ever remember our other Little Green coming with one of these, and even if we did, we probably ended up losing it. But again, compared to the Hoovers, not only there's more bristles on here, but also they're a little bit more stiffer as well. So again, much better machine, and definitely would recommend this over any Bissell portable carpet cleaner that's on in the market today. Yeah, because I've even used the newer Bissells before, and honestly, I'd still recommend a Hoover over any Bissell today, or at least any portable Bissells that are out there. Because I'll admit though, the Bissell Big Green is one heck of a machine, but one of the reasons why I just can't stand with Bissell nowadays, working from a few vacuum stores, Bissell has one of the worst services that you can ever deal with, not just from customer, but also from warranty service as well. So that's another reason why I would recommend a Hoover over a Bissell today. And back then, would I buy a Bissell? Unfortunately, I would rather have something that is commercial grade, professionally built very well, very sturdy and very reliable, but also more powerful than the Bissell back then. So I'd rather have a very expensive commercial heavy duty machine or portable machine to clean my spots or stains out than buying anything from Walmart, Target, or any big box store brand. So anyways, hope you enjoy this video, and thanks for watching.